Hey, CCA family, this is Mr. Barnett, and of course I'm back on my back porch with another video that I'm calling Navigating the Email Jungle. We are all dealing with an unprecedented situation, with an unprecedented problem in an unprecedented way. So let me start off by saying that I want to applaud our administration at Calvary Christian Academy. I want to applaud our teachers. I want to applaud our parents and our students. We are dealing with a difficult problem that we've never had to face before, and we're doing it the best way we know how. And as long as we're doing our best and you're doing your best, I think we'll get through this pretty well. I wanted to give some of you some perspective on what we're dealing with. Keep in mind, and again, you guys don't think about this, but I'm trying to give you some heads up and give you some tips on how to navigate this email jungle better. I have 6 classes. So I have 4 history classes, a Bible class, and a life skills class. That entails that I have over 110 students, okay? Normally, in a normal week, when we're having school like we normally do, I get about 5 or 6 emails a week. In the last 2.5 weeks, I've gotten over 200. So being a person who has, as I've told many of you, severe ADHD, I'm really good talking to people face-to-face. Dealing with email sometimes can be stressful. And I know it's stressful for you, and it's stressful for me. Again, if we do our best, we're going to get through this. But I want to give you some perspective. I also want to give you a few tips on how to send in things that'll make it easier on all of us. Number 1 is make sure the student's name is on the email and on the assignment. Many of you have email addresses that don't have your name on them. Or your name as a parent is different than the name of the student. So if you're sending me an email from pookie187@yahoo.com, I'm not going to know which student that is. Again, 110 students, I'm not going to know which student it is. Also reference which class you're talking about. I actually have students that are in 2 different classes. So I may have them in Bible and history or life skills and history. And so it's always a good idea to tell me which class we're talking about. When you're sending things in, please send in 1 email per assignment. Many of the assignments have multiple parts to them. If you're sending me in parts, that's going to tend to get more lost than if you send me 1 email with all of the assignment done on it on 1 email. It's just going to be easier. When you're sending in questions and answers, please write out the question and the answer. If you send me a list and it says Adolf Hitler, Paris, appeasement, I'm not always going to know what that is. It'll be faster and easier if you write out the question and write out the answer. And really put on the section number. So if you're working in section 3 or 4 or 1, write out the fact that that's in section 1 so that it tells me exactly what you're dealing with. Some of you are sending me things in and you're assuming I understand and you're giving me way too much credit. I'm not able to decipher sometimes what you're asking for. When you're taking a picture of your assignment, make sure the photo is clear. A couple of you sent me in pictures that I had trouble reading. So always make sure the photo is very, very clear. If it's not clear, take another one and send that one. Please, when you're sending in emails and you're sending in pictures, turn the camera vertically, not horizontally. When you send me that picture horizontally, I have to download it and then put it in something to turn it vertically so I can read it, because I can't read it with my head cockeyed like that. So if you could help me out, again, it just makes the number of emails and the number of assignments I have to go through a lot easier. By the way, patience is necessary. A lot of times you'll send me an email that says, "Did you get my assignment?" Or, "Hey, by the way, I sent you an email and you didn't respond." That may be. If you send me an email at 5 o'clock on Friday, I may or may not respond till sometime late on Monday just because of the number of emails I'm getting. I'm not working regular hours. I am working sometimes on Saturdays, sometimes on Sundays, but most of the time it's going to be Monday through Friday. So if you send an assignment at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock on a Friday night, I may not get to it until sometime mid-Monday, because I'm working on things like lesson plans, making videos, doing hard copy and that sort of thing. So I'm working as fast as I can, and I want to get your questions. By the way, never, ever, ever think that you can't send me a question. If you've got a question and you've told me which student it is, you've told me which class it is, and it's a specific question, then by all means, I'll do the best I can to answer it. And if you send me a second email, you may get the answer to the second email before you get the answer to the first one, because they go in order. They go chronologically. As far as grades are concerned, I am putting things in Sycamore now. So all of the assignments going through the end of April are in Sycamore for all the classes. Also, all of the lesson plans are in Sycamore all the way through the end of the month. What happens after that, I don't know yet. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. What I'm planning to do is then send an email out to the group that says I have, as of, let's say, 5 o'clock on Friday or 5 o'clock on Thursday of this week, this is what I have. Which means if you're looking in Sycamore, then I don't have it. Could have gotten lost, could have gotten received it, I couldn't read it, whatever. If you've sent it, send it again. And if you send it after 5 o'clock, then know that it's not going to get in the batch that's already in Sycamore. You're going to have to wait until I send you another email that says, hey, by the way, now this group is in. So keep in mind when you're sending things and when I'm telling you that I've closed out Sycamore for that particular day or that particular week. Again, we're dealing with unprecedented situations. We're dealing with unprecedented problems. And I think we're handling them in an unprecedented way, and I think we're doing very well. Most of you have turned most of your assignments in. Most of you have done very well. Just a couple of tips to make things easier and better so that we can navigate this email jungle that we find ourselves in. If you ever have a question, if you ever have a problem, certainly send me an email, and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. If it's over a weekend, you may not get an answer until early the next week. But hopefully, as we go forward, whether we end the school year like this or we actually get back in the classroom, we'll fake it till we make it, and we'll do our best. And I believe that if I do my best and the administration does their best and the parents and the students do their best, that we will be successful and we will get through this together with our sanity intact and with a smile on our face. So hopefully you're doing well. Keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you later.